So, today is the 15th of June 2022, and it's now exactly a year since Summer was reported missing. Now, what a year it's been. Now, look, what I think is important to kind of take a moment to think that, look, this isn't the only missing child case. This didn't gain traction because it was out of the ordinary or unusual or the first of its kind. It just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and the right things came together to force this to become a viral case. And the downside is, the pity is that it doesn't happen with every child. That every child that goes missing, every child who is let down, everybody isn't notified about it. And, you know, that's one of the things that I want this channel to be about. It's about raising awareness of what is really happening out there and what people are still ignorant to. And I don't mean ignorant in a bad way, like you're an ignorant person or there are ignorant people. I just mean that there is an ignorance to the sheer volume that this is happening. You guys will have been aware of, most of you will be aware of the Harmony Montgomery situation. You know, this is a little girl who was basically let down by every single adult that was in her life. The court system thrust her back into the arms of an abusive father, a father who had already beaten the girl up. He'd punched her in the face and given her a black eye. He had forced her to clean the house with a toothbrush. This is the kind of guy that we're talking about. And this is the guy that the court system deemed was appropriate to have her. And subsequently she vanished into thin air. And it took 2 years before anybody truly knew that she was even missing. Could you imagine that? Being a little girl missing for 2 years and nobody really even knows that you're missing. Thankfully, as of making this video, I say thankfully, it would be nice to bring this case to a close and for Harmony's, whatever's happened to her, to be brought to justice. But, you know, there's that caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Maybe getting that, we need to know that she's passed, and we don't ever want that. And, you know, this search that they've just done has not, as at present, brought anything about finding Harmony. But Summer, you know, she has captivated thousands and thousands of people. Thousands of people from all over the world who have dedicated their hours, their days to seeing whether there's any updates, to seeing whether there's been any developments in the case. Has she been found? Has TBI done anything? Has the PIs done anything? Has anybody who lived around her done anything, said anything that can get us closer to finding what happened? And, you know, it's amazing that, you know, this social media world, if you like, can do that. It has the power to do that. But then it makes you feel that is the power of social media and the channels within this niche, are they not using their capabilities correct? You know, should more channels be joining together and understanding how powerful they could be if they just work together and not constantly poking the fingers at one another or trying to utilise things to benefit them in a clicks and views perspective. Maybe people should spend more time coming together and understanding that bigger army. You know, I put on my bio on my channel a while ago, part of a bigger army, and other channels sort of twisted it as if I was, I don't know, some sort of gangster like friggin' Al Capone. But, you know, it was about, you know, if I say something, nobody really listens. But if I've got 10,000 people behind me, then someone's going to listen. And that is what this is about. That's what this niche could be about. people working together with a common goal. And we can all say we've got a common goal, but do we? Do we really? You know, when we think about what has happened and what is going on right now in this niche, people aren't working together. They're working to hurt one another, to damage one another. Just because people might not share views, they might not share the way people go about it. But it doesn't mean that we're not working towards the same goal. It just means that we are all working towards the same goal by doing different things. And look, is something going to happen? Are we going to see movements in the Summer Wells case? We don't know. You know, the recent developments with TBI and their wild animal claims, if it was indeed them that claimed it, you know, this is second-hand at the end of the day, but I've got no reason to believe that they hadn't said it. You know, they've stuck by the fact that there is no proof of an abduction, so, you know, they're thinking that she could have wandered off and wandering off and then fallen foul of nature. It's not in the realms of impossibility. You know, we've got that probability scale, but, you know, it could have happened. But ultimately, we've got a situation where we don't seem to be any further forward than we was a year ago, and that's incredibly, incredibly sad, as we all want Summer to be brought home, or at least brought to rest. And we just don't know if we're ever going to get that. You know, TBI don't have to tell people anything. They don't have to update us. They are not obligated to give us updates as if they are a YouTube channel. You know, they should have the best interests of the case at the forefront of their mind. And if that means withholding information and making it look like they have nothing, then so be it. But, you know, it's frustrating for us because we just don't know and we're just left to speculate. You know, the case, as well, from what I can see on social media, is losing traction as there is nothing happening. You know, apart from the lunacy that's happening with the neighbours and things like that around the area, that is all there is really left to talk about and pick over the bones of that. But in terms of what happened on that day and the facts of the case, they're pretty much the same today as they were on the very first day. You know, we've got a little bit of an insight into what the Wells family was like in terms of parenting skills, which they don't seem to have many. But look, at the end of the day, we're just seeing them through the lens of social media. And we know that the lens of social media is not always going to paint people in the best of light, especially in this situation. You know, I myself have spoken on the Michael Vaughan case. And look, I do not know what happened in that case. I certainly don't. But ultimately, my mindset is fixed on the fact that I would not leave my children in a situation that these parents did, and therefore my children would not ever be placed in a risk that would lead to someone being able to take them. It just wouldn't happen. And people might say it can happen. It can't. If you are a parent of a 5-year-old child who is always keeping an eye on that child, and you are doing things to make sure that they are safe, then they're going to be safe. They're not going to be wandering off down the road and catching the eye of someone who is looking to take them or do harm. And that's if we're going down the route of abduction, which, as it stands at the moment, we don't know. In all of these cases, we do not know the facts. We can only speculate. But here we are. We're left speculating on numerous cases, what happened and what the outcome is going to be. But today is Summer's Day. It's a year. There are vigils running on this evening, and I wish you all who attend that, I wish you all make sure that it's about Summer. It's not about social media. It's not about the arguments. It's not about the little the quarrels and squabbles between one another. They need to be put aside. People need to be able to know that they can go, they can honour Summer, and they are safe, and they're not going to get caught up in drama and the stuff that they don't want to see. You know, for every one person who wants the drama there will be 100 people who don't. And there'll be a lot of people who don't even go to this event because they are fearing whether social media can spill over into that. And that is wrong. That is sad. And that's what this niche and the creators have done. You know, maybe I have been part of that as well, and I have to apologise. But we can all get caught up in the lunacy and, you know, the upsetting nature of these cases. It's hard when children are involved. It's hard to stay level-headed at times, and you do lose focus. But just for today, let's see if everyone can focus on what truly, truly matters. And that is coming together for Summer Wells. Take care, everyone, and I will catch you later today over on JDTC Live, where myself and John will be doing a live event for the Summer Wells anniversary. So I'll catch you all later.